So also, if you study how to work against a blade and you see the knife comes towards you like that, look what you can do. You go that way. So you study how to rip around your arm, around his own arm. Watch it again. I meet him, and right away, kind of remember, like from the top, I bring also my forearm towards the blade, and then watch that, guys. I start to turn like that, not that way, no, not this way. I bring the baby finger towards his arms. This way, I will escape, and it will be right. From this side, it will be like that. Also, if the person starts to stab you that way, so it means when you stay like that and you see the guy come to you and stab you exactly like that. Usually, when you see this movement, normal reaction will be kind of like to arch your body. And at the same time, protect yourself with this elbow. After that, what you should do, here, you just rotate your arm around his arm, or move with him, or just take away the knife by moving your arm towards the wrist. So it means will be like that. Like that. Sometimes the person is strong, right? What you can do here, you just put him down, you press towards the forearm here, and then the person will go down automatically. Also, what you can do, you can hit him. So if you're strong enough, you can hit him like that. So it's lots of variations what you can do against a knife. And how you can work against a knife using this movement. Next work, when you also work against a knife, it's good to know how to work in a contact. So it means when the person starts to put knife towards your throat here, and you have to know what kind of variation you can do if you find yourself in this position. Like you start to turn your body towards the knife, and at the same time bring the arm here. So it means the whole movement will be in the beginning like now I'll show step by step. So when the person holds the knife, what you do, both you should come, you're turning and your hand should be here at the same time. And you don't work against his forearm, you work against the wrist. Very important. So because if you start work here, he has a chance to slash you here or stab you. What you do, you bring your arm right here. Then it will be hard for him to work. Then what you do, you start to move yourself towards him. You can grab his clothes, his hair. It's up to you. And then bring him down. Or if you're soft enough, you can bring your arm right here. If you're soft enough, your arm will be right here. Right here. And then after that, of course, it's easy to put him down. You can also help yourself if the person is strong, kind of like he doesn't want to go down. You can help yourself with the leg to hit him. Next moment. When the person also holds the knife here, you can help yourself with the hand here. So that means you bring your arm here and kind of or control your face here, or help yourself with shoulder, or just escape with body. So it means why I showed different variations, because lots of people work quite differently. One person is quite good with his hand, right? The other person is better to work with chest, is good too. And the other person just will escape like a step to the side, is good too. So it's up to you what you can do. You just the idea of the go against the knife. So again, knife is here. You can escape, and you can bring knife right away towards his body. Is like that. If you pay attention to this, so you bring the hand here, and you start to bring your thumb here, thumb. When you turn your arm towards him, and right away move the knife towards the body. Also, what you can do, you can work with this elbow. It means with your elbow. The movement is like that. You go that way, then you kind of like start to bend here, his elbow. And at the same time move this knife towards him. Also, if you want to work with one hand, you can do work like that. So kind of like you start to rotate, because sometimes the person grip is very tight. What you can do, you bring your arm here, like lock him, don't give him a chance to work against you. And then what you need to just rotate his wrist around your shoulder. And automatically arm will be open. And then it's easy to take a knife from him. From this moment it will be like that. So look at that. It's like that. As if the person tight, and look at that. That way. Then you can work like that. You can work here because you can work here because you control his arm already. You can hit him here. You can work with the leg here. So it means when the person is here, pick, I put him down. It's up to you how to work, but if you want to fast, it will be just like that. So if the person kind of hold the knife in this move, knife here, you inhale, and at the same time bring knife in this position. And again, if you understand movement, it can be lots of variations how to work against the knife and do work as necessary. And it doesn't matter how he will put the knife on me, because it's quite easy for me to put him down because my body is relaxed and I know how to move my body. Breathing should be nice and solid without the tension inside your body.
If you find yourself in this position where the partner holds you by the shoulder and has the knife against your throat, do not be afraid being in this position and do not get tense, because any tension will increase the chances of you being cut. Your comrade behind you is also very tense, and it can cut you that way. This is one of the most difficult situations, but you must try to work in this one as well. So what you should try to do is with your chin, bring his wrist as tightly as you can towards your chest. You fix his hand down and you have about 1 inch or 2 centimeters away from your throat now. Then you raise your arm and see there's more space now. You grab his wrist to control and move away under his arm and remove the knife. I'd like to show it slowly now. Press his wrist against your chest. Raise your arm. Come underneath and pull him down.
Значит, что еще можно здесь сделать?
This is another thing you can do in this position.
Вы можете локоть по одну сторону.
You can move his elbow over to the side.
И одновременно прижать руку к себе.
And at the same time press his wrist against you.
Под его рукой.
And then come underneath his arm and try to cut him at the same time.
Либо
Or just move away completely. Here's a scenario where the knife is at your back.
То есть опять же вы можете, как мы учили, завернуть его руку.
As we've practiced, you move away and catch his elbow. You already know this move, it should be fairly easy to do.
Вы можете также ударить руку.
You can also strike his hand. If you feel fairly relaxed, you can strike easily that way. You also can rotate and then strike underneath the elbow, right at the nerve endings, to relax his hand. You can also step forward and hit with your foot. As you're stepping away, you raise the foot and strike his hand. And you have the knife now.
Можете просто в эту сторону идти, раз никакой не надо.
Or you rotate this way
То есть раз, здесь ударили,
and strike there.
как бы уже где-то.
I keep emphasizing that when the body is relaxed, you can do endless number of variations.
И очень. Next work, what I want to show you, when the person starts to touch you here, and again asking for something. What I can do here, it's good to practice like that. When he feels any movement, he needs to stop me. So it means when I start to move, and right away you go. So this way, you check yourself if the person will stop you or not. After that, when you escape, it's quite easy to work against him, because if the movement is real, we will show slowly. When I start to escape, whoop, now it's quite easy to work against his arm here. This movement is real, he will be tense, you can hit here, throat, leg, it's up to you what you can do. But the first movement, you study how to escape, and then work against the knife. So in the situation, it can be different. Knife can stay like that, can go this way, or in the other places. It's up to you. So if knife is like that, you can go like that. If you want to work towards him, it will be this situation. So it means you see the knife kind of like the point up. Oop. Bring him close to you and then put him down, like that. If the knife look down a little bit, so it's easy to go that way. If knife in the middle, kind of like just you don't know where to work, no, it's up to you how you can work against the guy. It will be your decision. Or body will tell you what to do, because if you relax, it's quite easy to work against any people. It doesn't matter what you do.
Sometimes the knife is hidden away and becomes more difficult. If you're used to working against the knife, you don't see it clearly. So, and this is where the skill of working against the whole person comes in. So in that case, you attack the whole person. You can show the specific technique against this. So when the strike comes at you, you try to grab his elbow. If you're trying to catch the wrist, you can miss and get a cut. So you're learning to grab the elbow right away. It's difficult to show a specific technique in this movement.
I'd
like to show you a few demonstrations connecting the techniques and the movements. You can move away softly, but at the same time do specific things in response to stabs. So for the most effective defense, there are no pre-memorized movements, just the guidelines that you've used and the principles. There's no specific stances to assume, just a natural straight position of the body. You maintain a complete and full breathing and adjust your breathing to the speed of your work. So you would not give up in any situation, even the one that looks really bad. You will now see instructional demonstrations from Vladimir Vasiliev's knife disarming seminars. These demonstrations have been specifically selected to illustrate the concepts presented earlier in this film. You can now observe the techniques and movements from various angles and with different partners.
against two people. Which? It was accident. Let's try to work a little bit.
Vladimir Vasilyev made his unique combat expertise available to you in this fascinating video collection.
Defense in Confined Space is Vladimir Vasilyev's real speed, instant action film on self-defense when there's no room to move or time to waste. When attacked at your office desk, in a doorway or against the wall, faced with a knife or with two muggers in a tight space, watch the moves and learn the drills to survive. This is the most needed film for today. Strikes by the founders and chief instructors of Russian martial art, Mikhail Rabko and Vladimir Vasilyev. For the first time, the bare-knuckle, full-contact striking of the traditional Russian warriors, perfected by the Spets Operations units, is revealed on film. You've never imagined a more efficient way to both deliver and take strikes. Personal Protection by Konstantin Komarov and Vladimir Vasilyev is a film based on the challenging and extensive experience of Russian bodyguards who work in the Russian Special Operations units and for the top organizations of Moscow today. Personal Protection presents unique knowledge and training tips for active professionals in this field. Moreover, for the first time, it gives the right information to people with no bodyguard training, who just wish to be able to defend a family member or a friend. The film is about 2 hours long, and it is so clear and exciting to watch that you will see it in one sitting and learn from it right away.
Fighting from the Ground is an extraordinary 2-tape production where you study the completely different strategies to overcome any conceivable ground attack from all angles and positions to defeat multiple opponents and disarm weapons, all from the ground. New movements, ideas, and victories in ground fights. Knife fighting and throwing is the most real and effective use of knives that you will ever see. The tactics of Spetsnaz, smooth, swift, yet absolutely deadly. There's a comprehensive disclosure of all knife throwing techniques, as well as trench weapons, razor blades, 2 knives at once, from any position to any target. There has never been a better film than Defense Inside a Car, on overcoming carjackings, parking lot robberies, and rape. Defeat any attacker who is trying to strangle you with a rope or a bag, to kick, punch, or pull you out of the car, or threatening with a knife or a gun. Improvised Weapons uncovers the incredible ways of turning personal carry items into deadly weapons as taught to the Russian Secret Service. Unique self-defense with a wallet, credit card, keys, belt, book, briefcase, cane, glasses, clothing, and much more. Gun Disarming is a spectacular film of over 60 disarming tactics while empty-handed, in all possible stages and positions of direct gun threat. It even includes movements away from bullets. The following 3 video titles are produced by Threat Response Solutions from California. You can get them from us directly and take advantage of our lower rates. Hand-to-Hand Combat is a detailed study of all defensive hand and leg maneuvers and underlying principles. A complete presentation of evasions, takedowns, leverage work, rolls and falling, whip-like strikes and kicks, exercises, sparring, instinctive reactions, flow of movement, and more. In hold, releases, and attacks, Vladimir Vasiliev teaches you an essential component of self-defense, releasing yourself from all conceivable holds, chokes, locks, and grips while in standing confrontations. Defense Against Weapons presents to you an incredible variety of new defensive tactics and disarms for the knife, stick, and gun attacks by one and multiple opponents.
Concise and shocking, instructional and inspiring, the Russian System Guidebook is produced by TRS and is an ultimate complement to Vladimir Vasiliev's video collection. It covers the training in Spetsnaz, history and philosophy of the Russian system, explanation of the body mechanics and key principles, psychology of combat, psychic energy, health, rejuvenation, empowering your training and your life. Russian Mega Fighting is a 3-tape set produced by TRS, also called International Warrior Series. It is featuring Oleg Tatarov, winner of the Ultimate Fighting Championship 5. Together with Vladimir Vasiliev, these 2 top Russian fighters take you through the best street self-defense, hand-to-hand combat, ground fighting, disarming weapons, mass attacks, fights in the bar, in a parking lot, as well as professional KGB teamwork previously unrevealed to public.
Defense against mass attacks is based on the Russian tradition of mass fistfights and the vicious experience of Spetsnaz. This seminar will teach you how to overcome holds, strikes, and kicks of multiple opponents, up to 6 at the same time, how to survive and fight through crowds of 30 attackers. Beyond the Physical by the legendary Mikhail Rabko, the teacher of Vladimir Vasilyev, captain and tactical commander of the Special Operations Units. Based on years of intense combat and secret missions, Mikhail shows you how to develop and apply the highest form of self-defense, the psychic energy. With a minimum physical effort, he completely controls any attack, skillfully works with human psychology, and truly takes you beyond the physical. New York Seminar of 2001 by Vladimir Vasilyev covers excellent warm-up exercises, unique breathing, a tremendous variety of new grappling moves, previously not shown in Vladimir's other instructional videos. A thorough study of defense against knife slashing, stabs, and strikes. You will enjoy learning the new moves, new ideas, and new ways to win from the great fighter and instructor.